Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Is this the title?
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers have two players in the starting lineup in tonight's Major League Baseball All-Star Game in Philadelphia. Freddie Freeman is starting at first base for the National League. Andy Pages is starting in center field. Shohei Ohtani was supposed to be the starting designated hitter, but he has a sore knee. Mookie Betts, the only African-American player on the Dodgers roster, said he will not be joining his teammates at the White House on July 23rd. The Dodgers were invited to the White House by Trump to celebrate their World Series championship last year. Betts said he prefers to spend July 23rd, an off day for the Dodgers, with his wife Brianna and their 3 kids. Brianna gave birth to their 3rd child, a baby girl, in March. When Mookie was with the Boston Red Sox, he skipped the White House visit when the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Let me put my hard hat on, go back outside, and see if these procrastination Crenshaw construction crews have shown up yet. I'm saving space for grace, but if these trucks don't show up soon, well, you already know. Destination Crenshaw, your time is up. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. KBLA Talk 1580 and Bethesda Temple Church invite residents, churches, businesses, and community leaders along the Crenshaw corridor to join a vitally important community conversation Thursday, July 30th, 6:30 p.m. at Bethesda Temple Church, 4909 Crenshaw Boulevard. For years now, this community has been living with unkept promises and the devastating effects of the unfinished Destination Crenshaw construction project, leaving residents, businesses, and churches to deal with myriad problems, including the loss of parking, restricted access, traffic congestion, and a lack of emergency vehicle access when it matters most. For years now, Procrastination Crenshaw has directly contributed to the loss of customer revenue for local black-owned businesses and, sadly, has forced the closure of some businesses along this 1.3-mile corridor. For years now, churches have been experiencing decreased attendance due to the elimination of parking, and social service programs for vulnerable fellow citizens have been altogether halted. For years now, residents have watched their quality of life erode, and nothing has been done about it. If they think they can get away with treating black folk like second-class citizens, they better think again.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me.
This town hall meeting is a reckoning, a public witness, an opportunity for impacted community members to share their experiences for the public record as we prepare to hold those responsible accountable for this enduring nightmare. So please join us Thursday, July 30th, 6:30 p.m. at Bethesda Temple Church, 4909 Crenshaw Boulevard. This town hall meeting is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
Don't touch my hair when it's the feelings I wear. Don't touch my soul when it's a rhythm I know. Don't touch my crown. They see the vision I've found. Don't touch what's there when it's the feelings I wear. They don't understand what it means to me, but we chose to go where we meant to know. They don't understand what it means to me, but we chose to go where we meant to know.
KBLA Talk 1580. Don't touch my hair unless you're an expert. Okay, how about that? Don't touch my hair unless you are our next guest. She can touch it all she wants to. In fact, you better pray she will touch your hair. We have got one of the top experts really in the world on natural hair. She's a leading authority on textured, I guess that's what they call it, natural textured hair, an award-winning celebrity stylist, an educator, and a founder who has really reshaped how the world understands and celebrates natural hair. They call her the hair whisperer. Felicia Leatherwood, welcome.
Thank you so much. I am very, very excited to be here.
Oh, I'm really, really happy to have you. And congratulations, you've got a book. You've got a book.
Finally.
She's got a book. She's got a book. It's called Root Therapy: How to Love Your Hair and Find Yourself. So it's like a how-to, a memoir, and a self-help all rolled into one.
Yeah. It's, so what it really is, because everybody thinks when you're a hairstylist that all you do is talk about washing hair and how many times to condition hair. And I didn't want that book. I saw all those books already out there. And I really wanted this book to be the stories from all the people, men, women, children I met around the world, clients that sat in my chair. I wanted to tell their story. And also one of the things I noticed truly missing in our community is learning how to manifest and affirm. And I think, like, even though when we go to church on Sundays, we are doing it in a way, but not intentionally. Like, I wanted this book to be more of a healing and an intentional affirmation and manifesting in our community. And so it starts with the hair, and it starts with the loving of yourself, and the believing of yourself. And so this book is a collection of stories, my stories, client stories of trauma growing up, the things that shaped our esteem about ourselves, how we feel and what we think. And when people sat in my chair and I noticed they had different issues with their scalp and stuff going on, and we talked, they would share these traumatic stories that happened to them as children, which made them not even want to touch their hair as adults. So we started working with the manifestation process, affirming, saying affirmations to get them in a really good place. And so I'm proud of this book.
I mean, there's so much there, right? The amount of trauma tied up with our hair and the way that it's dealt with in our society. Like you said, our ability to transcend that and work with affirmations and manifestation, our self-perception. There's so much to unpack there. So much. It sounds like, but what I love is that learning through stories is a fun way to learn. We don't have to be like, oh, and then I have to twist this part over here and wash it during the full moon while standing on one foot. It's not, it's more like hearing about other people's journeys can help us to take our own, it sounds like.
Totally. Because you always feel alone until you hear someone else's story.
Real talk.
Some people like being alone in their own story, and that's fine. But a lot of people want to know, am I the only one going through this? Am I the only one who got treated this way? Am I the only one? And so this was to give support and balance to you not feeling alone. And there's a solution. So you hear the story, you hear what's happening with the story, and then you hear how it was worked out and how the person came into themselves with the affirmations, with the belief, with the learning of their texture in their hair.
So it sounds like you're saying we don't even though other people are stereotyping, rejecting, and traumatizing us about our hair, we don't even know our own hair.
We don't. And we had this whole myth back in the day, you'd see a white mom and if she had a black child or a mixed child, it was like, she doesn't know how to do their hair. There's so many black moms who didn't know how to do hair. My mom didn't know how to do my hair. My grandma, my dad did my hair. So
I am one of those black girls with a white mom whose mom did not know how to do her hair. And my mom kept my hair super short. I had like a real little afro. Then when I go over to my Italian grandma, she just put VO5.
Yes.
But actually it was cute then. She'd braid it up. Ouch. But But it's true. There are so many different stereotypes about it. It's almost like we think we're supposed to automatically know how to do our hair or understand different textures and different chemicals and products, and we don't. At least I never did.
I mean, people make a lot of assumptions about us based on the melanin, and I gotta say, there's so many levels to who we are. There's so many tribes we come from. We're so not all the same, and our texture is not all the same. And some of us have like 4 textures on our head.
Yeah, that would be me. All my ancestors are fighting it out up there. But obviously you have learned how to help people figure it out.
That's where the whole hair whisperer comes in. So Kim Coles, who from Living Single, and she is an amazing actress and funny.
Yeah, hilarious.
She's the one who gave me the title of that. And how it came about is because when people sit in my chair, the hair talks to me. It sounds weird, but it really does. And sometimes the hair will flinch and let me know that the person it belongs to is not taken care of.
That hair's been abused.
Yes, it will totally let me know. And I can tell if a person's had too much sugar or salt.
Really?
Or they're drinking too much alcohol.
Wow.
And I'm not a doctor or any of this, and not a psychologist, but as a hairstylist, you kind of embody all of these roles.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention, and you have to be able to talk to people in a loving place because they have a lot of trauma through their hair. There are women who won't even look in the mirror most days. They just brush their teeth, wash their face. They don't even touch their hair. They don't look at it. They don't care. They go to a hairstylist. They don't touch their hair. And we discovered that during the pandemic because so many women were in my DMs. So many actresses contacted me. They're like, I can't get my hair done on a regular from my hairstylist anymore. And I've not done my hair in years. What do I do? So there's so much to unpack in our hair. There's so many stories and so much ancestral history in hair. So hair is like, it's magical for sure.
Wow. And it's funny you would say that because it makes sense. I mean, we had Dr. Paul Wallace in here. He's a cosmetic dermatologist, and they take a few of your hairs. They make the stem cells from that, and those stem cells keep reproducing. They can use it to heal your body for the next 30 years. So I guess that means the blueprint for everything in our body is in our hair.
It's in our hair. And the other thing that I don't think people quite understand is, there's a lot of us who deal with frizz, or shrinkage, and all these women were like, I hate that. Why does my hair do that? And I had to explain to them that the way the hair is formulated it was for protection. It was always for protection. And the hair grows up and out and towards the sun, towards the heavens. That's a big deal. That's a big deal that our hair can do that. It is trying to connect. It's an antenna. It lets us know when things aren't safe. It lets us know which way to go sometimes. It'll even say, you know what, it's a little cold outside or too sunny. Let me protect you. But we're so busy just trying to cover it up, hide it. And I understand people have, different issues with their scalp. They have alopecia. They have all kinds of things happening. But those of us who have hair and we put, a cover over it, what are you actually covering up inside?
Wow, we'll get to that when we come forward. A lot of stuff to talk about. Felicia Leatherwood is here, and we are so honored to have her on the microphone this morning. If you've got a question, you can tap in at 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima, and this is KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's sharp. She's fearless.
I don't know what they told you, but if they told you that cutting me off is how I'm going to get clicks, stop it now.
She's that girl, and she's bringing all of that to your radio this summer. Amanda Seales is here.
I am Amanda Seales.
Comedian, artist, actress, activist, truth teller. The woman who never bites her tongue is coming to KBLA Talk 1580. And baby, the conversations are about to be unmatched. Every Friday, she's going to be lit noon to 2 p.m. and back again 4 to 6 p.m. Starting Friday, July 17th, only on KBLA Talk 1580. Amanda Seales, keeping it real, keeping it raw, and keeping it rooted. Politics, pop culture, black excellence, the stuff they don't want us talking about. Amanda's talking about all of it.
You keep interrupting me when I'm talking, and you don't want to hear the point that I'm going to make. And yet you want me to respect your point. And that's not how a debate works.
This is not your average radio show. This is a Seales Summer. Fridays, noon to 2, 4 to 6. Starting Friday, July 17th. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Don't just listen. Tune in.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-550-9651.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
In a world full of noise, one station keeps it real. KBLA Talk 1580, where the conversation goes deeper, the voices sound like yours, and the issues that matter most to our community take center stage. Progressive, powerful, unapologetically us. Whether you're driving through the city or tuning in from your home or office, join the public square. KBLA Talk 1580, your home for talk that enlightens, encourages, and empowers. Listen live on our free KBLA 1580 app, on our website at KBLA1580.com, or on your radio dial at 1580 AM.
Unapologetically progressive. Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, I'm excited. Felicia Leatherwood is here. Her book, Root Therapy, How to Love Your Hair and Find Yourself, both very important. That is coming out August 11th. You're getting it first here. You have an introduction by Issa Rae, who, you know, with her really blew up even bigger with her show Insecure, and now she's one of our hugest stars. And she has been very out there with her natural styles. I mean, I think she's been a leader in as an actress in showcasing natural styles that are all over the place. I mean, just some really creative stuff. That's coming from you.
Yes. I've been with Issa since the beginning of Insecure. A little bit before that, when she came out with her book, we had met at the Essence Women in Hollywood. We sat next to each other, and I slid her my card, and I rarely did that because I get a little like, I don't know if this person's going to be cool.
Yeah, you know. I'm that way too. I'm not jocking you. I just, I
but
might be able to
also
help
as a
you.
hairstylist, you get people that sit in your chair and you don't know what it's going to be like.
That's true, I bet.
And so I can like, is she going to be a diva? Is she cool? And so basically I didn't hear from her for like 3 months, and I was like, oh, I guess she didn't need her hair done. And one day she called me, and after that I started contacting her. Like, if I didn't hear from her for like a month, I'd be like, hey, you good? How's your hair? It's cool. And so then we just start our relationship that way. And then one day she goes, because she pays attention. And she remembered me saying being around someone on a regular basis all the time can kind of be daunting. I don't know what we were talking about, but she remembers me saying, oh, Felicia doesn't like being around a bunch of people all the time, same people over and over. So she goes, would you mind doing this little show like with me? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Insecure, which became a huge show. And the show. Hair was featured a lot. You know.
And influential.
Man. I had so many. I didn't even know. I didn't pay attention. And then at one point I go in DMs, and I wasn't on Twitter that well. I was like an Instagram, Facebook girl. And all of a sudden people are like, did you see? They're giving me all these flowers on Twitter. And I'm like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? They're like, everybody's talking about the hair on Insecure, and they're saying that you're helping them figure out their hair for the week and for work. And I'm like, what? Children were becoming Issa Rae for Halloween, and the hairstyles were getting more elaborate, and it was fun. It's just been great. I still do her hair. I work with her and Lenny Kravitz, and they're both, and Mary Karen Bass.
Okay.
And all three of them are amazing.
I noticed she had a hair glow up. Yeah, Bass. She did. I don't know when it was, but it's been a few years now.
We've been working together maybe since right when the pandemic kind of finished.
Yeah, I love that for her because she's I've known her for many, many years. She's a very practical woman. She's not like me. I'm a girly girl. I'm always going to be, I need a new color. I need a new style. I need to try something for my nails. What's the new makeup? That's not Mary Bass. She's about her work.
Yes.
I mean, I'm about my work too, but she's a hard worker.
Yes, she is.
And so really for you to actually get her to sit in the chair and try something new.
And I do her hair in like 15 minutes. Like I make sure
that's
I'm
how much time she has allocated probably.
And yes, I try to be considerate of that. Even with Issa and Lenny, I try to get in and
Lenny
out.
Kravitz's hair looks great.
Thank you.
And for the brothers. Because a lot of men, I mean, I love that men are doing lots of different things with their natural styles, and that we have man weaves and man plugs but a lot of the men, they think because they're men, they don't have to do as much. And I just don't agree with that. A lot of brothers look like someone grabbed them by their feet and dipped them in an ink bottle. And it's like way too black. It's not matching their skin tone.
I saw a movie. I'm not going to say the name. They're notorious for having very interesting hair choices in their movies. And they use way too much black. Now, what I will say when it comes to TV and things like this, a lot of us get duped. Meaning, we watch TV, we'll see something and go, I want that. And then we go to the barber or the hairstylist, go, give me that. Meanwhile, everybody's talking smack about that. Like, everybody's like, that's not how you do that.
Right, that's not it. Yeah. Yeah, also, I mean, that happened to me. I was like, oh, I want that. I saw some pictures. I want that. And I cut my hair. And I didn't realize until afterwards that was a weave. And to make that style look good, you needed way more hair than actually naturally sprouts out of my head.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there are some hairstylists will just take your money. They're like, okay. Meanwhile, there's those of us over here trying to have this integrity and say, sis, I don't know, your hair might be a little too thin for this, or it might be a little too thick for that, So
someone like Lenny Kravitz, I mean, also because men don't like to talk about their beauty regimens so much. But I mean, to keep that full head of hair, he's an older guy. His hair looks thick and healthy.
We're using juices and berries.
Really? it has to do with the nutrition.
Man, oh my God. Dominique, you just hit it. That's the biggest part of it. And he keeps a very clean diet. I mean, look at him.
You can tell. Look at his abs. Yeah, it's crazy. Look, I don't have those abs, but I've noticed that when I drink a lot of juices, like vegetable juices, fresh pressed vegetable juice, my hair grows.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the minerals. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it does work.
It does work because the hair is actually made up of everything you eat, you drink, your thoughts, your whole thing. It is. And we don't think about it. So that's why, going back to the hair whisperer, there were people sit in my chair and all they were doing was eating cheeseburgers. I'm not judging you for eating cheeseburgers.
But you're going to have cheeseburger hair.
You're going to have cheeseburger hair and skin.
Right.
And it shows me that you're not slowing down to actually care for yourself. There's no self-care in that. That means you're going through a drive-through and just grabbing whatever, and you'll deal with the consequences later. And that's not how we want to treat ourselves. We just, it's not worth it.
So when you talk about trauma, I'm sure writing a book like this where you're sharing your own stories, celebrity stories, and their journeys to a solution, you have to protect people. You can't tell all of everybody's business. But is there a story you could share?
Yes, and actually I got the consent from all the stories in there are just like, people were amazing at sharing with me. But I've taken at least 3 of the stories and I've animated them.
Okay.
Just so that people can kind of get an idea without it being so... I feel like in an animation you can take it easier.
Right. It's not literal.
It's not. It just doesn't hurt you as much to hear it. So one of the women that came in, I was working at Millennium Salon, which was Millennium on 3rd by the Grove. It was where all the celebrities would go in there, and I was a natural hairstylist. And one day I was asked to help one of the stylists out. It was like, can you take my client's weave out? She's coming in town from Paris. She comes once a year. I'm like, once a year? So she's got to be doing something else when she's not here. Girl, she walks in and I see and she's late and there's like this thick afro with this straight hair weave just sitting on top of it. And I could see the hair had grown out so much. And I was like, what is going on? I've never seen anything like this. She sits in my chair and I'm like, the spirit is telling me, put on gloves and be careful because this is a lot. I start taking her hair down. And as I'm unraveling it and uncovering what's been going on and discovering the whole year she's had this weave in, I found Doritos, like a Dorito chip. I found twigs from trees, leaves, dirt build up. But the thing that really made me jump back, I found a dead baby spider.
No way.
In her hair. Yeah. Like a little daddy long leg
spider.
My
gosh.
And I'm talking to her and I'm asking her, like, don't you want to get your hair cleansed a little more often? And she had a whole attitude. She's like, I spent a lot of money on this weave and I'm not taking it out. It's supposed to last. I'm like, you're not getting the right hygiene education with this hair. Hygiene also applies to the hair, not just the body. It's the whole thing, head to toe. You own it. Take care of all of it, So there's a lot more stories than that, but that one was the one.
Baby spider is diabolical. And I'm assuming that now this woman... Oh, you haven't seen her since?
I don't know. Yeah, I have. Hey.
Oh, Lord. Okay, and the moral of the story
many
is...
years ago.
Yeah, well, maybe she'll come back. All right, we've got news, traffic, and sports. Then we're going to continue our conversation with the leading global authority on natural and textured hair, Felicia Leatherwood. She's with us now on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Illinois residents will soon have a chance to weigh in on what would be the largest toll increase in Illinois tollway history. Some people are already reacting.
It's a disappointment. It's a disappointment.
I think if a person uses the tollway that much, they're going to be finding a new way to work.
Officials are planning public hearings before any final decision is made. The Harriet Tubman Museum in Cambridge, Maryland is closed after vandals damaged the property and stole a donation box. The site's historic mural was also vandalized, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward. The center is closed until further notice as the staff makes repairs. And hip-hop legends Slick Rick, De La Soul, and Ghostface Killah will perform at Wednesday's ESPY Awards in New York. The Savannah Bananas will also take the stage during the live ABC broadcast hosted by comedian Marcelo Hernandez. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
Is this the tackle? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers have two players in the starting lineup in tonight's Major League Baseball All-Star game in Philadelphia. Freddie Freeman is starting at first base for the National League. Andy Pajes is starting at center field. Shohei Ohtani was supposed to be the starting designated hitter, but he has a sore knee. Mookie Betts, the only African-American player on the Dodgers roster, said he will not be joining his teammates at the White House on July 23rd. The Dodgers were invited to the White House by Trump to celebrate their World Series championship last year. Betts said he prefers to spend July 23rd, an off day for the Dodgers, with his wife Brianna and their 3 kids. Brianna gave birth to their 3rd child, a baby girl, in March. When Mookie was with the Boston Red Sox, he skipped the White House visit when the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs. Don't be anxious or confused about AI. Take control of your career when you get the skills to tackle real business problems and design specialized solutions. HR Dive reported that entry-level talent with applied AI credentials can receive up to a 25% salary boost. But where do you find training that you can trust? Future-proof your career and deliver more value with Humans Lead the Way AI. Their hybrid learning courses use practical definitions, real-world examples, and strategic insights to help you and your team understand AI with confidence. No magic, no hacks, no shortcuts. Just practical knowledge that helps you use AI more successfully. Don't wait. AI can never replace people who know how to use it well. Register for courses today at humansleadtheway.com. That's humansleadtheway.com.
This November, you'll decide who leads California. So shouldn't you hear directly from the people asking for your vote? Join us for California Voices, a political town hall and ballot forum, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Meet candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and other major statewide and local offices, including mayor of Los Angeles, city attorney, and LA County sheriff. Get clear, nonpartisan breakdowns of the propositions on your November ballot, both sides, no spin. And ask your questions directly, in real conversation, face to face. California Voices is brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress, giving you the information you need before you vote. Mark your calendar, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026, California Voices. Follow KBLA 1580 for details and download the KBLA 1580 app. Your vote, your voice. Be there.
Oh no! Straight the roof down.
I don't know if we have time.
Please, God, save us. Save our house. Please, God, please.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we haven't forgotten what happened Tuesday, January 7th, 2025.
The trauma, processing the loss of our home. How do we address the compounding effect of the fire now more than 18 months later? I noticed one of my 3 children engaged in self-harm who hasn't been able to articulate the challenges that they've had since the fire. And 4 out of the 5 folks in our household are in therapy. 1 is not. And the one that's not is the one who I noticed with some marks on their person. This isn't okay. You need to talk to someone.
Black historical memory keeps alive the stories and struggles of everyday people and communities. Black historical memory preserves truths that others attempt to erase, minimize, or distort. Black historical memory prevents history from repeating its worst chapters. At KBLA Talk 1580, we will never forget. Tune into Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr, weekends on KBLA Talk 1580. 1580.
Heard any other talk radio lately that sounds anything like this? We didn't think so. You're listening to Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA Talk 1580.
Felicia Leatherwood is my guest. She's got a book out. Well, it's coming out. You can pre-order. How do they pre-order this?
So, I put a QR code on my fingernail, and if you put your camera over it,
that's dope.
And every day that I'm at a coffee shop,
I love that.
I'm selling books. But no, Simon & Schuster is the publisher, and it's at Barnes.
I didn't know you could put a QR code on your fingernail. It's called Root Therapy: How to Love Your Hair. You can find yourself. You can find the book at Barnes & Noble. You said
Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Simon & Schuster, Goodreads. I'm around, and I'm Googleable.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna find a whole bunch if you Google this, sister. This is a combination of a memoir, a little bit instructional, and a self-help. You keep talking about the affirmations, and we were talking off the air. When I was a kid, because my mom's white, and they never, and I'm mixed, but my hair is actually surprisingly nappy. I think that I used to say, why didn't my dad have a baby with an Asian woman? Then I'd have nice straight hair. But I used to think I couldn't do a lot of the styles that people do. But we have so many more products now, like Black-owned hairline and products, and so many more stylists that know what they're doing. And natural hair, thanks to people like you, has gotten much more creative. What is there anything we can't do? Is there anything we shouldn't be doing?
Well, there's a lot we shouldn't be doing. But as I was telling you earlier, is we take our hair for granted. We really do. We can do almost anything to our hair, and we do. And we don't think anything about it. And everybody else is looking at us like, wow, you just had braids yesterday, and now your hair is out in the afro, and what? You're straight next week?
That is what we do.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
And we love that we can just chameleon ourselves in that way. The thing that we can't do is treat it bad. And that's where the affirmations come in. Because I hear so many women say how they don't like their hair.
It's like we're looking cute in spite of it rather than looking cute because of it.
Exactly. And for me, I always think the hair doesn't make you. You make the hair. Yes, some people, their hair is like everything, right? But even if you were to see a woman with her hair shaved, women who had long hair and they shaved it off and they still look good.
Well, I don't know if I still look good, but I did it. I mean, yeah, yes, because it's almost, that's back to the affirmations in this whole piece about making peace with what's growing out of our head.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's not easy, is it?
It's not easy, and I've spoken to a lot of women who've gone through chemotherapy and cancer treatments, and that one's the hardest one. That one's very difficult because they don't know what to expect after going through chemo. What I've seen usually is that the hair comes back a different texture, which is more easily managed. They can manage the hair more easily after chemo, and so I stick with talking to them about that.
What is the consequence of all these glue wigs? I feel like a lot of, like now, it used to be sort of just a celebrity thing or a special occasion thing, but now I go everywhere, bank teller, everywhere. They have a lot of women are rocking the glue-on wigs.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And now they're making them glueless, but still is, So in the book, Root Therapy, there is a story that was told to me by a client. She had, back in the day, the women were shaving off their edges, like literally taking a razor and like just shaving the edges off to put a wig on and glue it down. And what she had done is, in the process of her shaving her edges, the hair fell on her eye, and the hair has bacteria on it, infected her eye. She goes to the emergency room because her eye swole up, and the doctor's like, what happened? So she tells him, oh, I wear this wig. I shave my hairline to put this wig. And the doctor's like, wait a minute. You're telling me that you are taking hair off with a razor to add hair on? I'm so confused, and it's very dangerous. And so she had to come to grips with the don'ts of what she was doing. Like when you were saying there's some things we shouldn't do. She shouldn't have done that. And at the time, she wanted that style so bad, she was willing to just keep torturing her hairline in that way without thinking about later on, as she gets older, will she even have hair?
Yikes. Jared Hill is in the comments on YouTube. He says, oh my God, Felicia Leatherwood is the truth. She kept my locks tight and right back in the day. A wonderful, kind, talented stylist and person.
Thank you, Jared.
Yes.
Yes. Good to hear.
But the don'ts, I mean, we don't want to face it because we want what we want when we want it. It's like the stylist always telling us, you can't have a relaxer and the color. Nobody
People
wants to
do it
hear that.
all the time.
But you can end up bald, right?
It melts your hair right off.
Melts your hair right off.
Right off. And everybody's hair is unique to who they are in their DNA. So yes, maybe you have a friend or even a sister who did something and then you tried to do it and it did not work for you.
Yeah.
It's not your hair. And even with hair products, Dominique, like people always pick the wrong hair products because they're looking at certain people on TV and going, I want to look like that. But that's not your hair texture. You have to go with who has your hair texture.
Right. Morris Phillips is in the chat and he would like to know what products are good for bald-headed men.
So bald-headed in terms of you like to keep it bald or you're going bald. If you like to keep it bald, the best thing is this botana oil. Everybody loves the botana oil, but it makes your hair grow. That's the only thing, but it makes the skin amazing. Castor oil is one of my favorite things. I put it on my face at night.
Does it really make your hair grow?
Oh my God. The botana oil will make your hair grow.
Okay.
The castor oil takes the skin you have and makes it like a baby, like baby skin, soft. It's kind of like turns back the hands of time.
Okay.
And I discovered the castor oil by putting it on my eyelids because people say it really helps with your eyesight, and I was dealing with things with vision and menopause. Started doing that, putting it all over my face, then wake up the next day and I was like, wow, I look younger or different or something. So castor oil is a good one. The botana oil is excellent. Rosemary, but these things will make your hair grow. So
you're gonna have to keep shaving, but you probably have to keep shaving anyway. What about all these celebrity products? You know, Diana Ross, Beyonce, who else? A lot of people have lines of things.
Yes. What do you know, I gotta be careful. So
well, I'm not. I know you don't necessarily endorse or whatever.
Well, no,
so maybe
I've
the
tried
question
all of them.
Okay, so maybe the question should be, how do we evaluate them?
So that goes back to the texture.
Okay.
Because I have women who have, let's say they have like Issa Rae's texture, but then they'll go and try to use pattern, which is more curly girl texture hair.
Right.
And Issa and I have coarse, kinky hair. So, which you guys, it's the other N word for me, N-A-P-P-Y. I don't use it.
You don't mess with that word.
Use that other
really?
N-word.
Is that a bad word?
Because when I went to cosmetology school, the instructors, who were mostly white, told us it was very derogatory. And it was a derogatory term, and they didn't use it. And once they said it and admitted to it, I never said it again. And so I was like, oh, okay, if they admitted this, it must really
Got
be
you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying, well, and it makes sense because Tracee Ellis Ross, her dad is white.
Yeah.
And she has, not everybody whose dad is white has, curly hair. You don't know what you're going to get. It's the DNA lottery.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is that it's going to be more suited for her hair
for
type.
people with curly, wavy hair. And then you have Donna's Recipe and by Tabitha Brown. That is for kinky, coarse hair. It can also be for curly hair, but definitely I've used that for kinky, coarse hair, dry hair. And so the difference between the curly, wavy girls and the kinky, coarse girls is that we need sebum. We need the sebum, which is a natural oil that comes out of the scalp to kind of go through the hair. And it doesn't make it all the way to the ends, which is why we end up with split ends so fast and so often. The curly, wavy girls don't like all the oil because it weighs their hair down. So they're constantly using products that have a little bit more alcohol to dry that out and to give them fluff with their curls. So it's the simplest, way to look at it, but people don't know how to find their way in it. And that's why, root therapy, even though it has all the stories, it also gives you like a guide to understanding your texture and how to find products. Is Sacred good? Sacred is an excellent product. But Sacred also has a price point that everybody can't get with, which is fine. Everybody's not going to go buy Gucci bags.
Right.
Right. Some people are going to be shopping at H&M. So.
Yeah. Right. So know your budget and know your texture.
Know your texture. Sienna Naturals is excellent, which is Issa Rae and her sister-in-law, Hannah Diop's line. And that product is clean, and it's a lifestyle product. So if you buy, a lot of women like cocktail products, which means they're using a shampoo that does this and then a different conditioner from someone else. It can go bad, and I've seen it go bad. And it's
better. So it's better to stick to one line. Most of the time.
You can play around
or get a professional,
but
to help
don't
you.
do it all over your head. Anyone listening, test it. When you have your wash day, separate your hair in 4 sections and put the product in one section just to see what'll happen. Just to see.
It's like a chemical experiment.
It's a chemical experiment.
When
oh
you
my
put
God.
it like that.
No, seriously. And one of the biggest things that happens to us is we end up buying products, and when they don't work for us, it just sits under the cabinet forever and wasted the money.
Right.
If you have a shampoo that is too dry, matted your hair, did something weird, add a little conditioner to that shampoo to soften it. That way you can continue to use it without wasting your money and throwing it in a cabinet.
Or give it to a white friend. No, I'm just kidding.
You're too funny.
Felicia Leatherwood is my guest. And we're talking hair, but we're talking what's under the hair, your mindset, your head, your trauma, your healing journey. I love it so much. Root Therapy is the book, How to Love Your Hair and Find Yourself. And you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for voting rights. The midterm election campaign season is here now. The 2028 presidential election is right around the corner. When We All Vote is a leading national nonpartisan initiative on a mission to change the culture around voting and to increase participation in each and every election by helping to close the race and age gap. Created by Michelle Obama, When We All Vote brings together individuals, institutions, brands, and organizations to register new voters across the country and advance civic education for the entire family and voters of every age to build an informed and engaged electorate for today and generations to come. When We All Vote empowers their supporters and volunteers to take action through voting, advocating for their rights, and holding their elected officials accountable. It's all in for 2026 and 2028. Please visit whenweallvote.org to stand up for your rights, voting rights. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I think my LADWP bill is due, but nothing's come in the mail yet.
You still get paper bills?
Yeah, it's how I keep track of things.
Clearly, it's not working. You can't remember when it's due. You need to sign up for paperless billing. I get an email when my LADWP bill is due. I never have to wait on the mail, and I can see 7 years of bills in my online account. Plus, first-time signups get a $10 bill credit.
$10 bill credit for new LADWP paperless billing signups. LADWP.com/paperless.
Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is dedicated to inspiring youth and resilience through storytelling, arts, filmmaking, and enrichment programs for youth and families in under-resourced communities and system-impacted individuals. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit providing free and low-cost arts programs to youth and families from under-resourced communities, both system-impacted youth and those affected by the incarceration of a loved one. 1 in 43 children in America have a parent incarcerated. 70% of those children are expected to end up in prison. Through filmmaking, animation, theater, and writing, they help young people express themselves, build confidence, and imagine new possibilities. Beyond the arts, they offer financial literacy workshops, emergency support, and scholarships. Because thriving takes more than talent, it takes access. To learn more about the impact of Michael Daughters Foundation and how you can be a part of the movement, please visit their website, michaelsdaughterfoundation.com. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DePrima on First Things First.
Absolutely. Felicia Leatherwood is here. She's an inspiration and really an influencer. I know you don't call yourself that. You're an authority on hair and you're an author. But the reason I say that is because the work that you've done on so many people, so many celebrities, we know them. We might not know you. A lot of people do know you. But just the work on Insecure, for example, emboldens a lot of people to try something new, to try their natural hair, to love themselves. What's the difference that you see when people get to doing the affirmations, when they get to changing their relationship with their hair?
So I see their insecurities start to fade, and they start to look at them as something they don't need to wear anymore or carry around. A lot of what we do now, we're realizing as we get older, it was for nothing. We didn't really need to.
What? I was doing too much for no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
And so there's that come to Jesus moment where you're like, oh, wait, why was I beating myself up all this time? I didn't even need to. Lots of people don't even know how amazing and beautiful they are. So when you sit in my chair, the experience is that I see the best things about you. And those are the things that I hone in on and talk about and bring forth in the life of a person that spends time with me. That's even in my friendships and all the people I meet, because there is a light inside of all of us that needs to shine. And it sounds kind of cliche, but it's very true. You can see it in someone's eyes when that light is not shining. And so when people come in and they sit in the chair and I could feel it and the hair is telling me things and the person's telling me something different and I'm looking and the light's not there, that's when we start to talk. And a lot of the conversation is centered around what they need. So how's your life? I have to ask questions. And a lot of times these conversations can take an hour, 2 hours before the person actually tells me the real truth. I can ask them the same question. I got to do it like 3 or 4 different ways in order to get the truth of what the trauma is connected to.
And so this is men, this is women, this is old, this is young. Everybody. Yeah. It's reclaiming that light. So really that's a philosophy of beauty and hair that has to do with the inside and the outside, everything being sort of in alignment.
Exactly. And that's why I'm so surprised when I meet people that are very spiritual or very religious, or they have a regimen of going to church, going to Bible study, they'll do all of that, but still miss that part of taking care of yourself and your body and the temple of your body.
Say that.
I don't know why we jump over
self-care.
That part.
And a lot of those of us who do that, we are taking care of everybody else and not taking care of ourselves.
Exactly. So my job is to take care of the person and to show them how to take care and love themselves. And so what they come back with over the times that we've worked together is how they grew and how they healed. And that's when I knew I was on to something. When people would come back and say, oh my God, that talk we had. Let me tell you, Dominique, I've talked to women who dismissed everything I had to say. And I was like, okay, they're not ready. That's fine. Years later, contact me and go, I know you thought I wasn't listening and I wasn't ready then, but I took your advice and I see the difference in my life and my hair. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
And you can see the difference in their eyes.
Yes, the light is there.
The light came back.
Yes.
It's never too late. So we know we can get the book, Root Therapy, How to Love Your Hair and Find Yourself. We can get that where books are sold. We can get Barnes & Noble. We can get it online. I know you're online on Instagram because that's how I refound you. It's Felicia Leatherwood, right?
Yeah, FeliciaLeatherwood.com. You can go on my website, which was redone and beautifully done by Janine Thomas. And so easily you can find me.
If people are trying to be your new client, or if they just want to redo their whole look and their vibe.
I'm doing more consultations than anything.
So sort of.
I have a service called Texture Management, and it has beautiful, amazing, talented women from all over the world a part of it. And so anywhere you are, if you need a hairstylist, a makeup artist, or anything, you can contact me, and I will make sure you have the best person.
Oh, I love that. I love that for us. Because there is a little tiny revolution going on in entertainment in Hollywood, with black women starting to say, no, can I use my own person?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
And then I go to Europe and I find out that it's a slow move over there. I have a friend who's like a supermodel, and she's still getting jacked, and she has to do her own hair before she goes in there.
I'd do that. A lot of times I'd book a job. I'd make sure I get my hair done, because some of the biggest stars in Hollywood, their hair looks terrible on their own series. And so I hopefully, thanks to the work of people like you, we're moving away from that.
Yes, I'm really, I think we are. We've moved away from it, and we're moving away from it. Now we're moving towards rebuilding our community. So there's going to be a resurge on that. With what we're going to do. We're rebuilding our community because we're getting pushed in a different direction, which is not pushed in a bad direction. Anyone listening, we're being pushed to call on ourselves to support each other because we're not getting it anywhere else. So now we got to build it again, and we will keep building it again.
Yeah, because we always do. Do you train stylists?
Yes. Yes. I train them. I'm working on a master class as well because I bought a home in Colombia, South America.
Girl.
And that is my retirement. So I'll be doing some training and master classes online from there. But yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. I'm so glad you're getting some of the flowers, if not all of them, but you got plenty of time for that. And also, we all know now if we're in Colombia, we might be able to bring you out of retirement.
Please, or I'll be online. You will see me, because people send me these videos of all these hair disasters, and they like for me to make comments. They think I'm funny about them. I don't know how funny I am, but there are some really crazy hair disasters online.
I love it. So find Felicia Leatherwood, spelled exactly how it sounds, no Hollywood spelling. So great to see you again. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're wonderful. Thanks for having me.
I'm feeling inspired. Tavis Smiley is right around the corner. He's walking down the hall, getting ready to pass him the mic. You don't want to miss his show. He's going to be Tuesday strong. And I encourage you to follow me everywhere as well. I'm at DiPrima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio, like my mother, the former poet laureate of San Francisco, Diane DiPrima, used to say, the ultimate famine is the starvation of the imagination. Until tomorrow, my beloved KBLA delegation, one love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Illinois residents will soon have a chance to weigh in on what would be the largest toll increase in Illinois tollway history. Some people are already reacting.
It's a disappointment.
I think if a person uses the tollway that much, they're going to be finding a new way to work.
Officials are planning public hearings before any final decision is made. The Harriet Tubman Museum in Cambridge, Maryland is closed after vandals damaged the property and stole a donation box. The site's historic mural was also vandalized, and police are asking anyone with information to come forward. The center is closed until further notice as the staff